Well, good morning, everybody. We're so glad that you're here this morning. Pastor Todd here, and I just wanted to talk to you for a minute this morning because I know things are a little bit different. I know that you haven't been able to be in the church on Sundays here recently, but we've not forgotten about you. As a matter of fact, we think about you guys all the time, and Miss Haley has been thinking about you all the time. And so this morning, we have a really special treat. Easter is coming up just around the corner. It'll be here next week, and we're so excited to get to celebrate Easter. And so this morning, Miss Haley is coming to you with a really neat idea for Easter, and she's excited to share that with you, and we want you to participate. So she's going to talk you through a really neat idea that will help you celebrate Easter with your family, you and your parents together, and it's going to be so much fun. So I hope that you enjoy this and getting to spend a little bit of time with Miss Haley and seeing her face this morning. You guys, here's Miss Haley. Have a great time.
Hello, my West Lonsdale family. I wanted to come to you today to bring you a fun activity to do with your children or grandchildren during this time. I'm Haley Bilbrey, and I am the children's director here at West Lonsdale. And I just had I had a lesson planned that I wanted to do, but I thought, let's do a craft instead. I love crafting, so I thought this would be a fun thing for you guys to do with your kiddos, and so we'll go ahead and begin. So the first thing that I'll show you first what we're gonna do. We are going to make resurrection eggs. I know you've probably heard of these before. I've seen a lot of them already pre-made or pre-done that have the little things inside of it for the kids to open each day. But I thought, why not look around at our house or what we have at home and try to make something for our kids and have them interact within this craft with you. I think it would be super fun. So first, I just took a set of just regular plastic Easter eggs that I had at home, the ones that kind of open up and you can snap down, maybe. But if you do not have a set of these, please do not go out and buy them. Social distancing, all right? Please don't go and buy them. But if you do have these, get 12 of them out. That's what we're gonna be using. If you do not, I've come up with a way that you can use something that you might have at home, and I used this. I took a half of a toilet paper roll and cut it in half. And then, so it ends up just being the cylinder, the open cylinder. And then this is the other half. I took it and wrapped it up. You can see how I wrapped it up here. Kind of covered it up, make it a little present. And then you can just put the little item down in that, cover it back up, wrap it back up. And that's for number one. So we're going to go through this, and I'm going to have an attachment of all of the Bible verses and little characters that go along with it down in the description or wherever Todd puts it. So, so we're going to go through these, and I'm going to go through the ways to make these resurrection eggs. All right, our first one is the donkey and the palm tree branches. And this is the first one. The Bible verses are from Zechariah 9:9 and Matthew 21:8-9. So number one, so you're going to write our number on it, right? And it's the palm tree and the donkey. Now, I don't have a donkey at home. I could probably try to draw one, but let's just, save the laughter for somewhere else because that's not happening. But I did find that I have random fake flowers and stuff around the house, and so and different bouquets or whatever. But I used one of the leaves from that as my representation of a palm tree, and I put 2 of them down in there, and then I put the description. I did print these off in 2 different settings. I print them off just the way that they came, and it's pretty big. But then I also printed it off as a smaller setting as well. So just keep that in mind if you think that you need a smaller one. It is harder for me to read, but I don't see it. So, but just stuff those in there, close them up, and we got number 1. If you don't have, like I do, like fake leaves hanging around, if you don't have that, have your children go outside and grab a leaf off of a tree, or you could draw one, have your children draw one. Here's one that is drawn and colored. You can use that as well. Number 2. Number 2 is the bread, and that is, of course, when Jesus broke bread and ate with his friends and had the Last Supper. So the verse for this is Matthew 26:26. Matthew 26:26. So what I did was super easy. I just took a corner of a piece of a bread that we had downstairs, threw it down in there. Of course, I have the description down here as well. If you do not have bread, sometimes it's hard to come by at the store. I drew a picture, or you could draw a picture. Now, let's see. I don't know if you can see it or not. Kind of looks like a football to me, but you know what? We do the best we can, you know? So, our number 2 is 3 dimes, and this is coming from Matthew 26:14 through 15, and is it's talking about when Judas betrayed Jesus, and it's just 3 dimes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it was harder to find 3 dimes around my house than it probably should have been, but I did find 3 dimes. If not, just draw some circles, color them in. Works just the same, you know? All right, number 4. And this is a small string. And this is coming from Mark 15:15. And it was when Jesus was whipped. And so it's kind of depicting that. I do have a piece of string or yarn, however, but I also had like jute twine or jute cord you could use. Anything can work, anything that looks like a piece of rope, just shove it down in there, and it gets the picture across. All right, day 5. Now this one is the purple cloth and crown of thorns, okay? And this is going to be from Matthew 27:28 through 29. And so I have a lot of felt around my craft room, and so I did cut out like just kind of like a purple shirt. No, I know they didn't put a purple shirt on Jesus, but it just kind of is just nice to have little kind of description of that. But I also made this crown of thorns, and I made this little buddy out of burlap ribbon that I had laying around. So any type of burlap that you might have could work like that, because you can kind of pull it apart and kind of make the edges look a little rigid as I drop it. And I just taped it to the back. Okay. If you do not have any of that, of course, like I've been going to, you can draw it out. Got a purple shirt that I drew and colored. And you can have your kids draw and color it as well. These are not the best, but I was like, oh, that kind of looks like the crown of thorns, right? Not really. But you can cut something out. If you have any other ideas, please do that. You know, if you have a basket, you know, or find a twig outside and curl it up. Have your children do that. Go outside, find, you know, bendable branch, be able to twist it up, will be fine as well. Right, number 6 is the cross. So the cross was, I thought it was kind of fun to make, but I used Well, let me give you the verses first for it. And that is John 19:17 through 18 and 1 Peter 2:24. So I used a popsicle stick. And I cut it in half and then just cut a little piece off of it, glued it going across, and it makes a cute little cross. If you don't have a popsicle stick, what can you do? Draw it out. Piece of scrapbook paper, whatever you got, an old bill, color it, cut it out. It fits right in there, all right? Let's see, number 7. These are 3 small nails. And of course, this is referring to the nails that were put in Jesus' hands and into his feet. I lost a nail throughout the process of this. But of course, we just had little nails. There we go. Little nails in our garage that I was able to get and be able to put down in there. Now, if your children are younger and you're kind of worried about having the nails in here, even them being older, you might be worried about having nails in there. You can always draw them out. Not the best. They almost look like thumbtacks, honestly, but you can draw something like that out. And that, I didn't give the Bible verses, but the 3 small nails is from Colossians 1:20. All right, number 8. Number 8 is the sign reading King of the Jews. And that is from Luke 23:38, verse 38. And simple, just get a piece of paper, King of the Jews. Just wrote that on there for them to pull out on that day. You know, and I was thinking it would be really cool if you could go back and look up like what the original text was of that. So if you wanted to look up at the Greek text of King of the Jews and have your children kind of study that for a little bit, write it out like in Greek too. I think that would be really neat, or in Hebrew as well. Would be really cool to look at to see how they like what the meaning of each detail of the King of the Jews was. So anyway, number 9. This is the sponge and the spear. This is from Matthew 27:48 and John 19:34. What I have. So I used the, ooh, it popped out of here. I used the other part of the popsicle stick. I made a pointy side to it, I guess. Keep dropping it, sorry. Kind of colored it to look like blood, sorry. But Jesus is blood, you know, so it's good. And put that down in here. Now, I did not have a sponge, like a kitchen sponge or anything like that, so I just cut up like a little piece of a paint sponge brush that I had. You know, any of it works. So if you do not have any of those, again with the popsicle stick, this is kind of silly though. I made a sphere with the blood. Not that great, but and I could not make a sponge. I could not draw a sponge. It just kept looking like a block of cheese. So you get the sphere, not the sphere, the spear. All right, number 10, day 10 is the white cloth and spices, and of course this is what Jesus was wrapped in. He was wrapped with the spices and in white cloth. And this is from John 19:40. And again, I didn't have any other cloth other than felt. I have a lot of felt. So I just have a white piece of felt with some seasoning on it. I think it probably would have been better if I had some kind of gauze or something like that with, and then with like oregano, because you could smell that a little bit better. This doesn't smell like anything, but we didn't have it. So if you guys do, go ahead and use that. If you you know, you can use cotton, a little piece of cotton, pull it out, stretch it out to make it look kind of like a cloth. Or if you have any extra toilet paper, just a little block of toilet paper would probably be just as fine, with some spices or something down into the egg. All right, and number 11 is rock. And this is from Matthew 27:59 through 60. And I just had Copeland run out to pick out a rock. So I would suggest doing that as well. Have your children run outside, pick out a rock that fits in an egg, and then use that for them. All right, and number 12, that very last one. So in my pack of eggs that I got from the Dollar Tree, there was one golden egg. And so that's what I was using for number 12, and probably will use for number 12. If not, obviously you can use a regular egg. It's fine, doesn't matter. But you open it up and it is empty. It doesn't have anything. I mean, it has my piece of paper, but it doesn't have anything in there. And this is, of course, reminding us that the tomb is empty and that Jesus is alive and not in the tomb. So, and this is coming from Matthew 28:5 through 7. And I just think this will be so much fun to see all of our kids do. I would have loved to be able to have this prepared for Sunday so the kids can take them home. But, you know, it is what it is. And so if parents, if you could go and do this for your kiddos, it can really help enhance their learning of the Easter story and God's love for us and Jesus's death and resurrection in the upcoming weeks. And so I hope that this would be helpful. And if you guys want to send me pictures of your children creating this and with you creating this, I would love to see that. I think that would be super fun. And I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm so thankful for you parents, and just the enormous amount of love and support that you put into your children. You can see that every time that I'm with them, that they are wonderful, wonderful children, and that they love you, and they love deeply, and they love me, and they love God, and they love learning. And so I thank you for that. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope to talk to you soon, and I hope to hug you soon, kiddos. Mwah. Bye.
What I tell you, wasn't that neat? Isn't Miss Haley great? And now you have a special way that you can tell the Easter story to people that you get to talk to in the future. What a great thing it is. And you had a lot of fun, and you can do that with your parents and really just enjoy some time together. You know, the story that those eggs tell is a really neat story about the risen Savior, Jesus Christ. In Luke chapter 24:34 says, Jesus Christ has risen indeed. That's what Easter's all about. I mean, it's great to get candy, and it's great to get little stuff and get to spend some time with a holiday, and that's all fun and neat. But the reality is that what we're celebrating is our risen Savior, Jesus Christ. And he died on a cross on Good Friday and rose on Easter Sunday for you and for me, so that we could know him as Savior. He loves us so much. God is so good. Jesus was so wonderful, and he loves each and every one of you. So we were glad to get to spend some time with you this morning. And I know that Miss Haley can't wait until you guys are back upstairs in Kids Life celebrating every Sunday. But until then, we're going to make things work. So let me tell you about something else that we're doing that's really neat. Starting this Friday, on Good Friday, through Easter Sunday, we're going to have a drive-by Easter egg hunt right here at the church property. You can get in your car with your parents. You all can drive over to the church and drive around the property. And there's going to be eggs hidden that you can find and see from your car. and it's up to you to find each and every one of them. Now, we're going to be putting information out to your parents throughout the week, telling them how many eggs there are and when the eggs will go out and when they'll be put up. And then if your family wants to come out and drive around and spot those eggs, it's going to be a really neat family opportunity. And don't worry, parents, we've talked to the city and the county mayor's office, and they both gave us approval to do this. So we're not stepping out of bounds of what the city, the county, or the state government is asking us to do. It's going to be a fun way for you to get to do an Easter egg hunt anytime you want on Easter weekend. So come out and see it. Tell me how many eggs you find. We're looking forward to it. Have a great day. I hope you're at worship. See you soon.